What's up, YouTube? Did you all catch WTF FOR's Johnny Lightning video yesterday? If not, I definitely suggest you check it out. That video was sick. That guy's collection. He has the best collection on YouTube, with the possible exception of Race Grooves and or the Lamley Group. But both of those guys are sponsored, so they almost don't count. His collection is insane. That was a good video. Anyways, I got a box today. I've been waiting on this one for a hot minute. And it's from an Instagrammer, a very well-known Instagrammer. Goes by SKDC Murder Mitten. And this was a delayed shipment, so there are some extras in here, and I don't know what they are. And if you watch my channel, Murder Mitten, I appreciate the extras for sure, especially this one. That is sick. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Black Bandit, but usually those have the Black Bandit insignia somewhere. Either way, I don't know, but this thing is dope. It is a clean black civilian model, green machine, Chevy Silverado. This is an extra. This was not in the original deal. So this is him saying, hey, I'm sorry I took so long on the shipping. I'm going to make it right. And I've done this myself. This is the way to go. If you guys are going to ship something late, try to make it right with the person you're dealing with. Throwing some extras in is always a great idea. And I like it because then it's like, cool, I get some extra stuff. I'm going to get a little bit of surprise. This truck is so dope. I love it. This is already probably my favorite Silverado that I have. The only other one that might be is the Rocky Mountain Trail Climber. I really like that one, but this one might pass that. This is definitely my favorite that's not lifted. That looks really good. It's pretty low number, 192. I'm just curious as to what series this is from. I think it's Black Bandit, but there's no BB on it anywhere. All right, let's keep it moving. These next three cars were part of the trade. Starting with this. Oh, wow, I didn't know they put a plastic base on this. And that was a premium release, too. This is a Black Bandit release. I thought for sure it had a metal base. I used to have this one a long time ago, and I traded it away. Back then, I wasn't as avid a collector of Greenlight. But this is your Honda Civic VTEC Black Bandit. Cool little car. Definitely worthy of the collection. And I've been looking lately. I think I'm going to ease up on the Motor World, and I might try to go after a few of them. And you'll see why later in this video. So another really cool car there, the Honda Civic Black Bandit. This car here is one I've been wanting. I never found this one in the wild. And this is my favorite Greenlight Cadillac that they've put out. As you can probably guess, it is also a Black Bandit. Now this one does have a front axle issue, but that's okay. It's not all that uncommon with these Greenlight cars. But man, the satin black just, you know, the Elvis Cadillac, there's been a handful of black Elvis Cadillacs that have come out too. So this isn't by any means the first black Cadillac from Greenlight. However, it is the first Black Bandit Cadillac. And the big difference is you go from a gloss black to a satin black. And I gotta say, the satin definitely looks better. That looks so killer. I like it. Happy to have that. Now this next one, oh buddy, this is an expensive car. It is an expensive car if you can find it. There has been a couple of these show up on eBay lately, and they go for, well, the last one I saw sell sold for I think 40 or 50, and it's not for the Green Machine. I don't know what series it's from. I think it might be Series 4, Black Bandit. And what we have here is an error. There's no stamp. That does not make it a pre-production sample. There's a huge misconception that, oh, there's no number on it. It's a pre-production sample. No, it's not. Anyways, here you go. This is the first of my collection. 600 green lights later, I finally have a Mercury Marauder. It is the same tooling as the Crown Vic, but more sporty look. This one is missing the spoiler. He sent the spoiler. I have the spoiler. It just needs to be reattached, and I'm not real big on doing that kind of stuff, so I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it sure does look good, though. I have to tell you, this car is sick. It is so sick. You know, this might be the later release. I think this came out a couple times in the Black Bandit, but both of them are pretty pricey. They don't come cheap. It's a lot like the older Fox body Mustangs. They usually sell for a premium. So I'm stoked to have this car. I love that car. Oh, I'm so happy to have it. All right, let's keep moving. So the rest of these, I think I only know what one of them are. Hey, how many to put in here? Wow. Wow, dude. This one is one that when I saw he posted this for sale, I was like, man, I gotta get that. I gotta have that. Holy cow, am I glad I did. It is heavy. Wow, it's a Greenlight with plastic tires. I've never seen that. Never seen it. I don't even care, though. This thing is nice. Wow, that is so nice. This is another one. I don't think this is a cheap car. I think this is a pricey car. I checked eBay, and I couldn't even find it. I couldn't even find a sold one. So this is not one that you find very often. I don't know what the production is. I should have checked that before I did the video, but I will check that afterwards. But anyways, feast your eyes on this Greenlight Range Rover. Probably not going to see this one again. They just don't show up that often. It's a very heavy casting. It does have plastic tires, but they are prototypical wheels. This thing is just sick, though. I mean, yes, it would be nicer with lensed headlights, but I'm not super worried about that. It looks killer. I've just never seen anything like this from Greenlight. So this is definitely unique. Probably the most unique Greenlight car in my collection. Probably the hardest one to come by, too, because, as I said, you just don't see these show up. So that'll take for some good Instagram pictures there. All right, let's keep it moving. There's an extra. I was not planning on getting this car, and it was one of the cars I was tempted to buy from him when he posted all these for sale. So I'm really happy he threw it in, because I got it without having to buy it, and yeah, it's so awesome. Another Motor World. Dude, that is sick. That is sick. I don't know if it's Kyosho nice, but it is very, very nice. It's, I don't know, man. These, I think Greenlight, a lot of times Greenlight will hold its own to Kyosho. It's kind of hard because usually the stuff that they do is so different. But in this case, This is very similar to a lot of the stuff Kyosho does. Now you can see the little bit of a stance issue with the rear axle, but I'm not going to hold that too much against it because the rest of the detail is just awesome. The headlights look awesome. Just in general, the car overall looks really good. The taillights look really good. And this is another one. It's an old Motor World car, and they just don't come up for sale that often. So I'm not all that versed in these old Motor World cars, but if I were to put a value on this loose, I would say probably around 15 maybe. The Range Rover, I don't think I'd ever sell that for less than 25 just because, you know, where are you going to find another one? But this thing here is awesome, and that's just an awesome extra. You know, I wasn't even planning on getting this, so very, very cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one here might be a duplicate. Might be a duplicate. I think I have this one. I don't know, I'll have to double check, but I think I have this one. But that's okay. I mean, that's a good duplicate to have. This is another extra car thrown in. And you know, people toss these around and buy them and sell them and trade them like they're nothing. But people don't realize how rare these cars are. These Diorama RAWs are usually numbered under 50. So there's about enough of these to go around, one per state. And I have 2 of them now. It's a sick casting. I like the green tires with the black wheels. And it's got a brushed raw finish. Not all their RAWs are brushed like that, so that's really cool. I like when they do that. Looks real clean. So that's a sick green machine right there. 2 green machines just for him, you know, shipping late. The last 2 cars were in... Both of these were in the deal. I don't know which one of these to show last. I want to try to save the best for last, but I guess in this case it's subjective. Well, in every case it's subjective, but I would say these are both equally as awesome. So the first car, or not the first car, one of the first cars that I showed was a Mercury Marauder. Well, now we have another one, number 883. So now I have 2 of these in the collection. This one is fully equipped with the spoiler and everything. It looks great. I love it. So these are basically the same casting as the Crown Vic, just a little bit more sporty wheels and civilian livery. So I definitely dig it. Those headlight tampos are killer. For a second I thought these were lensed. Man, that thing just looks fantastic. Such a good looking car. I dig it. I dig it a lot. I think I like the Black Bandit better. I wish that it had the spoiler on it, but I knew when I bought it that it didn't have the spoiler, so no issues with that. All right, let's show the last one. This one, much like the Range Rover, it's another one that you don't see come up for sale very often. It's another Motor World. It's another Greenlight with plastic tires. So I've never seen one before today, and now I have 2 of them. One thing I've noticed though with these plastic tire Greenlight cars is the wheel seems kind of loose on the axle, so it doesn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Anyways, you guys take a look. You guys be the judge. I love SUVs in this scale. Now, is this as nice as the Ford Explorer that they do? No, it's not even close. But that's a sick casting. It's a Porsche Cayenne. Not very common. Like the Range Rover and the Lamborghini, these don't come up very often for sale. But here, if you see the back tire, now it'll sit upright. It'll sit upright and straight, but I don't know. That's just kind of goofy to me. But the car overall, I think, looks really good. I like the Range Rover better, but this is pretty sweet. I'm sure the Kyosho Cayenne is a lot nicer, but that's all right. This thing is dope, and I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to add this eclectic, rare Greenlight stuff to my collection, because I have what I think is a very good, very eclectic, very broad collection of Greenlight cars, and so these are definitely great fits for my collection. So anyways, check this out. Got the then and now. Then and now, right there. This thing is still dope. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. This thing is hella dope. I love this thing. There's two things that I wish it had. Well, kind of there's three. Rubber tires, obviously. Tinted windows would be nice. But honestly, that's not what makes it or breaks it. But lensed headlights and taillights would go a long freaking way with this casting. Even if it had plastic tires, if it had lens headlights and taillights, that would be pretty unbelievable. But it still looks really good. I can't complain. All right, so let's review and recap this awesome haul from SKDC, Street Kings Diecast, Murder Mitten. The guy has like 30 or 40,000 followers on Instagram. He is the real deal. He is a very well-known, very well-respected collector of diecast. That's why, you know, even though he shipped late, there was never a point where I was worried about it. Because just the guy's reputation, I knew I was going to get the cars, so I really didn't even really trip. But when he said, "Hey man, I'm going to send you some extras," I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell you not to. So let's move the tripod and try to get some street views of some of this nice, awesome new diecast. Silverado Green Machine. The Camaro Green Machine I'm not going to show again just because I already have it and I've showed it. But some really nice black Bandits. I know that they're going to be kind of hard to see because my camera is weak. But that Silverado is dope. Cadillac is dope. That Lamborghini. I love the Mercury Marauders. Now I have two of them. It took me a while to get one. That's how hard these things are to find. I've been collecting Greenlights hardcore for a long time, and very rarely do I come across them for this cheap. In fact, I don't think I ever have, which is why I bought them. This Honda Civic is pretty dope. This is still a really affordable car. You guys can get this for fairly cheap. But if you want a Porsche Cayenne or a Range Rover, I would say good luck. Not going to be easy to find. But that's all part of collecting. Hunting down the stuff that you want. Alright, so as I wrap up this video, I just wanted to say, tomorrow is the day the diorama goes away. So we've all had a lot of fun on this diorama, made a lot of interesting videos, shown a lot of awesome die-cast on this diorama. But tonight, it all ends. So I just want to say to everybody, thank you for all of the continued support. The channel will continue, but there is going to be a brief intermission. I don't know how long it's going to take. 1 week from tomorrow, we are loading a truck. We're not moving far. It's probably 8 or 9 miles away. So we'll get moved, and after we get moved and unpacked and settled, I will start work on a new diorama. I plan to show that on the channel, the construction of that diorama. And once I get that one done, we'll get back to making die-cast videos. In the meantime, I might throw up some videos, some generic die-cast videos on like a countertop or a desktop or something like that. But tonight we say goodbye to whatever you want to call this little town, 2-building town. It's not about the dioramas though, it's about the die-cast. But I have to admit, I think dioramas do give die-cast better presentation. That's why I prefer WTFFOR's videos that are done on his diorama. I think that they come out much better, but obviously you can't do all the videos on that. Like when you're showing die-cast that's mint on card, the diorama is not the best way to do it. But when you're showing loose die-cast, diorama is the way to go. The presentation is just a lot better. So anyways, you all have a great weekend. Thank you again for all the support. I might be gone for a few weeks, but I will be back at some point. So definitely don't stop checking out the Heavy Metal 164. You all have a good weekend.